You don't need to spend a ton of money buying expensive tomato feed to have lush, healthy tomatoes. You can make it for free. Hi friends, welcome to a new video. How are you doing? If this is your first time meeting me, this is Mecca. I grow lots of my vegetables in my allotment and I also love cooking healthy foods. So if you want to join this channel, feel free to follow. Now, if you make your own comfrey tea, if you have ever made something out of these leaves, these are comfrey leaves. Obviously, these ones, flowers are dyed. Ideally, you should pick them before they go into flower when they've just got the broad leaves, but they're all good. Now, comfrey is a natural, it's a weed, but it's a natural fertilizer. It is a dynamic accumulator. So if you've never come across comfrey before, it's one of those weeds that we have in the UK. Some countries struggle to get it and they don't propagate. The ones that we have here don't propagate from the seeds, they propagate from the cuttings or from the roots. So, but they are very invasive. Apparently they go as deep as maybe 10 or 12 feet. Someone correct me if it even goes deeper. So they can really spread. However, they are very good because their roots go down and get a lot of nutrients up, and then we can actually use the leaves to make feed for our garden. So organic fertilizer, especially for phosphorus, high phosphorus demanding plants. So for me, I use it across the board. So anything in flower, not necessarily just, tomatoes or peppers. I use it for sweet corn. I use comfrey for pretty much everything I grow. Another one that is really good for your plants that is very common in the UK here as well is stinging nettles. Now, yes, stinging nettles are so versatile, but they're also dynamic accumulators. I have some, just a few here I picked. They are in season, they are always available apart from in the winter. But these are when they've gone to seed, and it's fine. It's going to be for my feed, so for my plant feed. So these two weeds which I have here have nettles. Let's bring the nettles out. Oh, sting me, don't sting me. We are going to make a non-stinky plant feed. Now, if you've ever made nettle or comfrey feed, you know it smells. Now, it stinks for England. There is a way though to prevent that smell, and that is processing it in an aerobic environment. So in the presence of oxygen. I have a video which I shall link how I make my normal plant feed. I normally would soak it in water, but I discovered one of my allotment neighbors said to me, you don't have to have the stinky one, So he showed me how I can make it and it would not smell and it can last for a long time. So if you can have access to it, guys, make the most of it. So I have 2 wheelbarrows, 1 wheelbarrow full of comfrey and half of nettles, and we are going to go ahead and process it. Now, the things you need 2 containers. I've seen people use massive drums. If you have access to that, fine. If you have small containers, even fine. I have a bucket here. I need 2 buckets, okay? So these are 2 buckets. Now, one of the buckets needs to have holes. So you can see holes have been made by the person actually inherited this, made in this bucket, and they are exactly the same because one is going to sit on the other, but not go all the way down. You can see now there is room for, essentially, we want the fluid to drain through here. And once that liquid drains through here, we have feed that we can collect, dilute it to a very dilute concentration and feed our plants. One of the main ways I love using this feed is a foliar feed, because foliar feed is really effective. I do that once a week, but I'm going to do a different video showing you how I foliar feed my plants in the growing season. So like in the months of July and August, I do foliar feeds. Afterwards, I stop. It is a bit demanding doing that once every week, but it's worth it for me to get the best out of my short growing season. So let's go ahead and make our comfrey feed, okay? If you have the time and the patience, get scissors like a secateurs and just trim them in bits. But I don't have that patience. If you have a shredder, it's even better. A shredder will shred this in no time. Or some people even use a lawnmower to mow this thing. But you know what I do? I use my shovel and I just go in and I chop it. Chopping it this way just increases the surface area so it breaks down quicker. But if you don't have the time to chop it, you can just chuck it. Obviously, it's going to need a big space. So we want this lot to fit into that bucket. I need to break it down as much as I can. So this is the quickest way I find to chop it. You need to have like a sharpish shovel, and that works. I need to get my husband to do this. Who says women can't do it all? I can't. Babe, where are you? it. Don't get me wrong. If you don't have help, you can do it yourself. But I have help, so I might as well make the most of my help, right? See, it's already chopped. He's not coming. Guys, this is hard work. And just turn it round. In fairness, it takes about 5 minutes and it's done. 5 minutes of hard labor and we're done. I got the other half to help. Can you see how much is reduced? Like literally less than half of what we started with. The smaller you chop it, the quicker it breaks down. So if you can, make sure you break it down as small. So the smaller particles break down quicker and you can use it in less than, 2 months. Whereas if it can take longer if it's not been broken down nicely. I think we've done a good chopping job. I think he's done a good chopping job. Guys, what do you think? Let him know in the comment section that he's amazing. He really is amazing. It's always good to have partners that help you. I know some people don't even have, but I'm grateful to have him to help do a lot of the physical jobs I have here at the allotment. So yeah, you are amazing, baby. Okay, next we're gonna put it in the bucket. So we're scooping everything into our bucket and it will fit now. The major difference between this and the usual one is the lack of water. So we don't add any water to this feed. This feed is done completely in the absence of water. We want just oxygen to break down the comfrey over time. It will take a little bit longer than if you added water, obviously, but it gives you the non-smelly feed, which we want. So if you can't stand the smell, because trust me, if you have used Comfrey, your hands smell, your plot smells, and everyone knows what you've done. But it's not forever. And at the end of the day, we're giving our plants organic feed that is beneficial to them. It's actually really, really essential, especially if you have blossom end rot. People buy tomato feed and other feeds really expensive. But if you have access to Comfrey and nettles, why not make your own? Guys, I try to make growing your own food as cheap for me and my family as possible, because it's quite expensive buying, things you need to grow your own food. So anyway, we can save money. It's not a bad thing. One of the benefits of using your own feed or using organic feed is the ecosystem. It's not detrimental. It actually gives your plants a strength to encourage the beneficials and also repel the unwanted, pests and diseases, so they're more disease resistant. So that's one of the benefits of using your own feed. And I would encourage you, if you have access to it, or if you don't, people sell these things online on ST and stuff. I am actually privileged. We have it on my allotment. We just harvested and it will grow back. It's a harsh harvest, but Comfrey grows back as many times as you harvest it. Okay, guys, I want to ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? Do you like this video? Have you given it a thumbs up? I really appreciate you coming back, giving us thumbs up and encouraging us to spread this good news to as many people as possible. Organic gardening can be done. You can do it. Anyone can grow their own food. And that's why I am sharing, because I know you can grow your own food. Wherever you are, start small, whatever space you have, and it will grow. It will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, as much as you want to. So, and if you are struggling with energy, when I started growing food, I do empathize, because it was really hard because of chronic fatigue at the time. I just couldn't bear to do so much work. I would go home exhausted, in pain every day. And now, guys, I believe all through God and growing my own food, all of those things have stopped. So I can work, I can be here for hours, I won't feel exhausted, and I also eat healthy, guys. Like, look, today I have had my smoothie. I have videos showing you how I make these smoothies. So making your green healthy smoothies will help your energy levels, help restore your immune system, and also trusting God. For me, as a Christian, a believer, I spend time reading my Bible, praying and asking God to help me, because trust me, on my own, I can't do it all. So this is just a bit of an encouragement out there. I hope, you don't lose hope, you don't give up, and you keep pushing, keep pushing, guys. Anyway, back to where we were. And I've got my neighbor. What time do you call this, Andy? Let me show you guys. What time do you call this? Where is he? What time do you call this, Andy?
I've been talking to the council, that's why I'm...
This is 12 o'clock.
What a palaver.
Anyway, he's doing amazing. What happened with the council?
2,000 years later.
You're such a part-timer, but these are my subscribers. This is my lovely plot neighbor. I'm featuring him for the first time. How old are you? Can you tell them? How young are you, Mo?
77.
Look at that, standing as straight as can be, and he has a plot. He grows a lot of his vegetables, and it's amazing. So growing your own food, like I was saying, is worth it, isn't it, for your health and your well-being? Let me Thank you, Andy. Impromptu feature. Thank you. So we have finished. We left out a few nettles. I'm just gonna pop them up there. It's fine. We're gonna. Oh, it's quite heavy. I'll put this one in there. It's really heavy, guys, because you can imagine we've put 1.5 wheelbarrows worth of vegetables or leaves in here. Next, we are going to, I like to ensure that I seal here just because I want to compress it as far down as I can. There's still a bit of room for air because you don't want it anaerobic. Remember, we want to ensure we have airflow. So I've covered that up now, and I'm gonna leave it and walk away. It will take a few weeks, but in a week or two, we'll start having liquid, draining down through the holes, and that is our feed. And once it's ready, you can use it diluted. I'll try and come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If I don't do an outro, this is my outro. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Has it added any value to you? Have you learned something? Let me know in the comment section how you use your Comfrey. Until next time, I will see you guys in another video. Bye.